Hey, how you guys doing? This is your boy Nathan Salter coming back to you with another video. Listen, I know it's been a minute since I posted up, but I wanted to come back and kind of share with you in this video, definitely for my single brothers and sisters out there, why should we want to get married? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. It's a question that you really got to ask yourself. If you're the one person who's sitting there saying to yourself, man, I can't wait till I get married, I want you to ask this question. Why do you really want to get married? I had to really ask myself this hard question. And I know some years ago when I really was like stressing, man, I got to hurry up and get married. I got to get married. I'm going to be real with you. The number one motivation for why I wanted to get married was because I wanted to have some sex. You know, I wanted to have sex. I'm a Christian, so I wanted to have sex where I knew that it would honor God and blah, blah, blah. That was my motivation. Now, I've heard so many other people say things like, I want to get married because I want to have a companion and da 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 da. And yes, that is all good. But truth be told, when you come through all that layers, you can have a companion without being married. You can have a lot of things without being married. But I'm talking about the real reason behind your drive to want to commit to a person. All right. So for me, and I'm just talking about for me, my motivation was I wanted to have sex and I wanted to do it God's way. That was really my motivation. Now, don't get me wrong. I wanted all the other things. I want the companion, the relationship and all that stuff. But my number one motivation was to have sex. All right. Now as I matured, and then I started to tap into my purpose as a single man, it really started shifting. My desire for why I wanted to get married started to shift a little bit because I started to become very fulfilled in my single life. And understand what I'm saying. I'm saying, when I say fulfilled, I mean I began to really start focusing on doing my purpose, my assignment, the things that I was called to do. And it seemed like all the things that I used to crave and want just seemed like it wasn't leading or controlling my life. So, because my focus was my schedule was so busy. I really didn't have time to be lonely, so I was constantly doing the things that I know I was created to do. And then I started realizing that, the finances started getting better. I started appreciating myself better. I started loving my own company. I started loving, if it was something I wanted to do, I just did it. If I wanted to travel, I traveled. So what happened is I started learning how to maximize my singleness. And then when I did that, now this is the whole purpose of the video. When I started doing that, definitely one of the things I could not have was sex because, again, I'm trying to keep myself to marriage. Right now, watch this. That was the only thing I started realizing because I started getting companionship from my best friend, from some of my guy friends. We would hang out if we went to go to a football game, whatever. We would just, what I'm saying. So I had the friendship, the relationships. The only thing I did not have was that female companion in my life that I can enjoy, that I can have, that I can make love to, that I could call my own. That's the only thing I didn't have. Right now, watch this. I go through my life, I'm getting so busy doing my purpose, and I'm just like, man, um, it was a couple of times I actually said, you know what, I think I'm cool just chilling being single because I started seeing everybody else going through frustrations in their marriage and things like that. And I'm like, man, you know what, I can do this thing. You know what I'm saying? I can just do, be by myself, do my purpose and be happy. But then I realized something. One time, I was really alone in my meditation time and something hit me. And this is what I want to share with you. I started to see how blessed I really was and how God has given me so many things. He's given me a lot of things to do. He's blessed me with a beautiful home, beautiful, just beautiful everything. Then it hit me. I don't want to be able to die and not be able to share this with anybody. All right. Now, I said that is because that shifted my motivation to want to get married from, I want to get married because I just need to have sex. It then shifted to, I want to get married because I want to share my life with somebody. And when I say share my life with somebody, I want to share the blessings that I have. I am so blessed in my singleness that I want to share it with somebody in marriage. It hit me. And I said, wow, I, as a single man, became blessed, and I felt like I had God has given me so much to do. And I said to myself, man, I would feel bad to hoard all this to myself and not share this with somebody. So my attention to marriage shifted from just wanting to have sex to, man, I really want to be able to share all these blessings with somebody else. That's what shifted my motivation. So now if somebody asks me, why do I want to get married? My answer is, I'm so blessed as a single man that I got to share it with somebody in marriage. My old answer used to be, I got to get married because I need to have some sex. I'm tired of sinning against God. I'm tired of, I want to do things God's way. That, my whole perspective changed. Now, don't get me wrong. The sex in the marriage is something definitely I'm looking forward to. I'm not denying that. However, that's not my motivator. If that was my motivator, I would have been married if sex was my motivator. But because I found my purpose, and because I started really walking into what true joy can be as a single person, and true fulfillment, and starting to learn how to love me, starting to learn how to appreciate me before a woman even show up in my life, now I'm ready to share what I have with her. So the motivation to get married is not because you just want to have sex with somebody. Sex is a benefit that comes with it. But one of the things that you want to get married for is because you got so much to give. You are so blessed that you got to share it with somebody. You are so fun to be around that you got to share that fun with somebody. You love yourself so much that you got to share that love with somebody. You are so financially blessed that you want to share that finances with somebody. You are so emotionally whole that you want to share that with somebody. That is the reason why we really want to get married. Now, a lot of my marriage mentors, they have told me that is really where the number one struggle has been, that if they could have went back and changed anything, they would have went back and changed that. And the thing was, if they would have had time to go back in their singleness and just learn how to enjoy themselves first, because most of them said that they had expectations that when they get married, their spouse was going to meet all these needs. And when they realized that the spouse couldn't meet those needs, they started complaining about their marriage. They felt like the marriage was not what it was cut out to be. And then they got the revelation after years of marriage that, wait a minute, I really cannot depend on my spouse to make me 100% happy. That's really unrealistic. So truth be told, you got to bring the happiness with you to this thing. So it's just like, I'm laughing at this because, and they may be watching the video, and I don't know who these people were, but if they're watching the video, I don't even know if they even know who I was. So that don't make any sense. But I went to the movies, right? And I went to see, I forgot which movie it was, but I went to go see some movie. I went by myself. Again, like I said, I mean, when you're happy with yourself, and like I said, you don't always have to do stuff with other people. You can enjoy yourself. So I went by myself, right? And there were 3 young ladies sitting next to me. And when I tell you, in the movie theater, I know they sell popcorn, they sell hot dogs, they sell some different things in the theaters that is in my area. These girls had, oh my God, they had fried chicken, they had rice, they had biscuits, they had all this stuff. And I know clearly that they did not serve that from the theater. All right. So what I'm saying is that them girls found a way to put that in their purse, whatever, to get it in the movie theater. And they was up in the theater eating that food. What I'm saying is that they said, instead of me going to the theater expecting them to have the rice and chicken, I'm not going to wait for them to bring it. I'm going to bring my own rice and chicken. So just in case they don't have it, I'm going to have my own. That's what I'm really trying to get to, okay? So I know it's not the best analogy, but it works for what I'm trying to say. And I know I threw some people under the bus by that, because you is not supposed to be bringing your own stuff into the theater. But the principle does work, because what I'm trying to say is that they said, listen, I'm going to bring my own. So what I'm saying, you got to bring your own happiness into this relationship. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that if I would have stayed stuck and I got to get married just for sex, I know that I would have been a disappointed spouse, because I would have went in expecting her to kind of do all this stuff for me and not realize, because don't get me wrong, like I said, definitely she, I am, like I said, still looking for that. But there are so many other things in marriage besides sex. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that I was ignorant to that part. And when that part is messed up, the sex is probably going to be messed up. So what I'm saying is that I had to really get my priorities right and say, listen, I need to get to the place where I like to be around the person. And if I don't like to be around myself, I'm not going to like to be around other people either. So I had to get to the place where I had to really just get settled within myself and say, listen, love yourself, appreciate yourself, build a successful life for yourself, and then you can share that with somebody in a marriage relationship, and vice versa. So I'm not looking for a woman who I'm gonna bring all of this stuff that I've accomplished and things like that in the marriage, and she just sit back and do nothing. So what I'm saying is that the woman that I'm marrying, she's building things in her life, and she's gonna be doing the same thing for me. And that's where finding somebody compatible at your level is. So what I'm saying is that you're not doing all this to just give it to somebody and the other person just sitting back saying, well, I don't got nothing to give back to you. But what I am saying is that if there's a season where she can't do something for me, whatever, listen, I should have it in my own pocket because I learned how to do that in my singleness. All right. So I hope this really helps somebody to reevaluate why you want to get married. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Remember, marriage is not the problem. It's the two people that get into the marriage. That's the problem. Marriage will never be the problem. The marriage institution is a great thing. It will never be the problem. The problem is the two individuals who go into it. They are the ones that either make it awesome or destructive. So I just said to myself, if single people learn to start bringing something to the table, if single people learn how to get married with the right mindset, with the mindset of bringing something to it that is of value, I guarantee you, if both people have that mindset, I don't think that the marriage is going to be having any issues. When I say any issues, I'm talking about it's not going to be it's going to be a very great institution for you. So again, share this video with some people who may have different views of marriage, who is struggling and saying, I just need to get married. I just get married because I'm horny. I need to get married because I'm lonely. Listen, tell that person, listen, you can get married. Definitely do it. But again, there's a lot of other things that come with the marriage that if you don't learn how to find a level of contentment in your singleness and learn how to become blessed and happy and content in your singleness, when you get married, you're going to pull on that spouse a little too much. And that spouse may feel like, wait a minute, you're asking me to do something that only God can do. So again, in this season, try to take the time to just really start saying, let me maximize my singleness. Let me start loving myself. Let me become the best me. So when I go into it, I already have some happiness with me, just in case, me and my spouse hit a disagreement and I'm just upset at them for a night, whatever. I still got some joy in my pocket. I still got some peace in my pocket. I still got value with or without this person. All right. So you got to have that mindset. This is why I think we should get married, is because we are so blessed that we need to share it with somebody else. Much love. I hope you guys were blessed by this video, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you all soon. All right. Peace out.